Hello everyone, welcome to a Post Nuclear RPG A.T.O.M. This is greenlit RPG and I'm very happy to have you here hanging out with me as I try out this demo version of this under development RPG by the fine folks at A.T.O.M team who brought their demo to my attention, and I am more than happy to cover it on the channel because this thing, man guys, seriously, this game is basically a node to Fallout 1 and 2 of course. They cite a lot of influences like Fallout, Baldur's Gate, Deus Ex, but mostly this game is, well, what a modern interpretation of the gameplay mechanics and design principles of Fallout 1 or 2 should be. And well, let's start a new game. I've played for like 2 or 3 hours in the first location. I haven't seen anything beyond that, but this is just a first look video sort of thing, so I'm gonna go through it to show you what it is and show you what the game is all about. So we have a character system that is so far pretty bare bones. There's still some skills missing. You can't really customize your skills below these for I suppose it's for demo reasons or anything, but you can still add some things. And I'm gonna go with well, 1 dexterity right there. That gives you 8 action points. I'm gonna go with 7 attention and 7 intellect. I'm actually gonna bring my intellect up because specialization is a good thing. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm also gonna go with the speechcraft over here. I'm gonna bring it up to 50, and I'm gonna try my small guns to try and bring that up a little bit. So yeah, just go with a sort of cookie cutter character, but this is a first look thing. This is a demo, balancing and all that. It's well, it's still very early stages. So let's look at what this is all about. The deterioration in relations between Eastern and Western blocs in the 1979 have led to a full-blown Armageddon between nuclear powers in the year 1986. The war was swift, devastating, and brutal. The fact that humanity persevered was miraculous. 19 years have passed, and it's 2005. Both once great empires and their allies now lie in ruins. But on top of those ruins, new civilizations are slowly emerging. This story takes place on a small patch of land in the south part of the USSR. This territory wasn't impacted by the nuclear blasts as much as the more industrial parts of the country. It was mostly agriculture and didn't have a lot of army bases or nuclear shafts. But still, this place was also scarred. Even though it has some sort of centralized government, established trade routes, and even its very own TV channel, that we'll see later on, the land is plagued by famine, diseases, banditry, radiation, and the rumor has it that some horribly mutated monsters are also roaming the wastes. You are a young member of the secret bunker society A.T.O.M., established back in the USSR. The main mission of the organization is to find, restore, and secretly introduce old new technology to survivors, ultimately restoring the pre-war way of life. This is why A.T.O.M sends expeditions to the wastelands, and recently one of such expeditions, led by a prominent A.T.O.M member, General Morozov, stopped contacting the main base. Human resources are tight, so the standard procedure is in such situations is to send 1 or 3 younger operatives to conduct investigation. This time, you were chosen to fulfill this task. You know that General Morozov and his party went to explore a mysterious pre-war bunker, Bunker 317. What you don't know is the exact location of this place, only that it's near a certain village called Otradnoe. After a few days of wandering, you start to notice signs of inhabitants, a small field of pasture, and finally a makeshift wooden sign with bullet holes in it. The name Otradnoe on it shows that you are on the right track. It's already nighttime when you find yourself at the entrance of a small, shabby village. Here you can restock your supplies, earn a couple of rubles, and, most importantly, learn where to find Bunker 317. And here we are. This is the game. You can rotate the camera and engage in combat. If you so want to, and you can choose whether to punch people or kick them for right now, because we don't really have anything on us. This is the character screen, this is the quest log, and this over here is the inventory. We're gonna see that in due time, and that's our first NPC, our first little helper guy. We're gonna talk to him. He's actually a friendly character, yeah, so it's nighttime, it's very clearly nighttime, and that's the television. You can hear the television in there. Hey man, what's up with your little dog, eh? What's up? Before you stands a strongly built man aged around 30. He is wearing a weathered military jacket and holds a large gun in his hands. On closer inspection, he seems like a good guy that would love to chat with a random stranger. He chews on a blade of grass looking very bored, but upon seeing you, he livens up. Hey there, comrade! Hello to you too. The man coughs and spits out the blade of grass. After that, he removes his hands from his rifle, letting it hang there by the handmade leather belt. Nice to meet you. My name is Jan. May I ask what brings you to our village? Yeah, I'm looking for someone. Someone who lives here? Not really. Okay then, so how may I help you out? Well, I want to ask you a few questions. Was there a troop of military types in your village lately? Well, funny you should ask. A squad of troops really came to the village not long ago. Can't say if they were military though, but they had some serious looking dudes. Good weapons on them, and the attitude was pretty militant. They were even wearing uniforms of sorts. Some serious guys, I tell you. Real serious. They bought some water, rested for a day near the walls, and went on by. I got chatting with the youngest guy there. He said they were on an expedition into the ruins, probably looking for some pre-war tech, or what remains of it. God help them, they seemed normal enough. Can you point me in the direction of those ruins? Jan takes your map, and after looking at it for a while, draws a small black cross in one spot. After looking at the map again, he returns it to you. Here it is, not too far away. Well, thanks. Can I ask you a few more questions? Fine, I'll try to answer. And I'm not. You can actually spend a lot of time, and you actually should, because each character has their own personalities and all that. You can actually spend a lot of time talking to each one of these guys, and they have a lot to say. They have a lot to say. So yeah. So I'm gonna ask about the village, just to get you guys accustomed to what it is. So how's life around here? Our village is great. It was founded right after the war. Comrade Kovalev, our head, built it around an old oak tree with the first settlers. Now that oak stands in the middle of the settlement. It's our main attraction somewhat. Or should I say, a mascot? You would not believe me, but I was told that people ran all around the wastes after the bomb fell. They were looking for food and water, but everything around was simply dust and burnt earth. But here, they saw this oak, and the water running nearby was clear. That's pretty strange, if you ask me. Jan smiles, but suddenly his smile disappears, turning into a pout. The man looks like he just ate a whole lemon. But life itself, it's rotten. Honestly, rotten. It's drought season now, and we are being raided all the time. The bandits come each month asking for money, cussing that we tried fighting them, but we tried to make peace with them. No result. They're stronger than us. Oh, okay. And nobody could help you? We sent a man once into the big city, Krasnoznameni, I think that's how it's pronounced, so that we would get us a few mercenaries. With all the money we had, he could only get 7 men. They soon arrived, looking serious and tough with all their fancy guns, proud of themselves. I wish I could tell you that they fought the bandits, and they stopped harassing us. I wish I could tell you that, but Wasteland is no fairy tale world. The bandits killed all 7 of our men and asked us to pay them even more the following month. They said we needed to pay more because we obviously had the money for mercenaries. Hey man, yeah, sounds shitty. Well, I better go. Wait, you can get back whenever, you know? It can get pretty boring just standing here. Yeah, well, if I have the time, I'll visit you again, man. Yeah, so you might have heard a little sound effect already. Yeah, this game has sound effects. I think it's just still the beta version, but let's see. Yeah, heard that? Let's use this thing over here. It's locked. Let's unlock it, because we should be okay to... Yeah, you broke the lock. And that's actually pick the lock. That's what it means. We got a knife and a bottle. I think that's actually water. Let's see. Yeah, can you hear that? You recognize that? Yeah. So water is the most important thing in the wastes, and not only there. Yes, not just there. Okay, so actually, the one thing I have to say about this game, and it's hopefully gonna be very, very improved in the final version, of course. It's just a demo, and there's still a few lines that are not translated from Russian. The team is Russian, so they develop it Russian first. Yeah, the writing can sometimes be a little bit icky in just the phrasing and some and you know, that sort of stuff. But actually, I have to say that for the most part, it's got its own charm, and it's not jarring. It's not too jarring. There's a few weird, like, grammatical errors, but it's got its own charm, and that's really what you should ask from a game like this. But it's probably going to improve with the final version and as they develop the game. So for right now, let's get in here. We have a weapons shop over here. We have the place where the head is, or they call it the head. It's the chief of town. That's that guy right there. He's actually pretty helpful later on. Not right now. He's actually pretty. For right now, he's not too welcoming of strangers. And it's also nighttime, so we're gonna need to find a place to stay for the night. This I don't know if that is read as a B, but I know that's a R. I don't know what it is, but that's a R. the P-looking thing. It's an R. So we got a girl over here, and we got a guy, which is a bartender. Let's have a chat with the girl. Before you sits a young woman. She's concentrating on writing something down in a yellowed notebook, which has accounting printed on the cover. She's completely immersed in this activity and does not notice you. Hey, hello, can I ask you some questions? The girl tears herself from her work for a moment and looks at you with a blank stare. Her thoughts must still be there, in the world of calculations and formulas. What? Oh, right, I'm sorry. I'm really busy at the moment. Wanted something? You better talk with my brother. He's at the counter over there. I'm just too busy right now. And she finishes her words without looking at you. She waves you in the direction of the bar, and again becomes one with her notebook. Well, let's have a chat with the... Well, Anton, I think? What's his name? I don't remember. You can actually look at the characters if you right-click. But let's see. Before you stands a plump, red-faced man, aged around 25. He's wearing a white shirt and some rather short shorts. He has a well-kept beard, and in his hands there is a clean towel he uses to swat annoying flies. Upon seeing you, the man gives you a wide smile. Ah, a customer! Welcome to the tavern. You travelers sure keep on coming. What do you mean? Well, you're here right now, and not long before, a band of armed people went through the village. People with guns usually mean trouble around these parts, but they were pretty civil, just, like real army men. Huh, can you tell me more about them? Not much more to tell. They weren't chatty. Our head wanted to speak to them about some issue, but they just left. So I don't think he struck any deal with them. They talked to our gate guard more than to anyone else. His name is Ian. If you're interested to know about those guys, I suggest you speak to him. Yeah, anyway, maybe you need a drink or something? Actually, yeah, sure. So, are there any jobs you might need me for? You know, you better talk to my sister about that. I'm a simple-minded guy myself. I can sell you beer, and I can sell you some spirits. That I'd do gladly. Need something done around the house? Light bulb screwed or a chair fixed, for example? Just give me a call. But more serious stuff, it's for Katia's ears. She's proactive. She's the proactive one. He looks at the young lady that seems to be lost in some calculations. It's just that she's pretty busy right now, counting the losses, forming the budget, you know. And when Katia is busy, to tell you the truth, it's pretty hard to get her attention. Yeah. Oh, but I just thought of something. You know what she loves? Making all sorts of potions, tinctures, and spirits. That's what. Can't really understand why, but she's quite into all that chemistry stuff. Come up to her and tell her that I sent you to try out her latest tincture. That way you'll get a free drink and also get to chat with her about stuff. Sly, huh? Pretty much, methinks. Yeah, thanks for the advice. Let's look at what's on the menu so I can trade with him if I want to. I'm not gonna sell this water here for right now. I actually can go around town and get a bunch of stuff to sell and just steal from them. They don't seem to have any stealing mechanics implemented for right now, but he does seem to have some pretty interesting stuff over here. We have a 1930s pistol over here from Soviet military, a Nagant apparently. I wouldn't know, and that's about that. So I could ask about town, and he just tells you what he feels about the place and all that sort of stuff. Basically the tone of the village is that bandits are a problem, and yes, that's gonna be the quest that we're gonna get ourselves into. Hold on, friend, maybe you'd like to hear a little business proposal first. Sure, let's hear it. The matter is pretty simple, actually. Small fry, really. What I need is for you to bring me this book I ordered. It's away in Krasnoznameni. That's a pretty long name, and I get stuck in the middle. Krasnoznameni. And the bookstore belongs to Abraham, a local bookseller. I can get to it myself because of all the work around the bar. But I can see that you travel a lot, so if you'll ever be in Krasnoznameni, or however it's pronounced, maybe you can pick it up for me. And on your return, I'll compensate your trouble. Sure. Well, what is this book about? Well, see, there was this writer named Tolkien who lived in England, which was a country back before the war, and he kind of wrote fairy tales for adults. You know, I should probably call it science fiction, or not. I'm not too good with genres. It doesn't matter. The book is about another world. Anyhow, I always love reading books, especially if they're about something special, something fantastic. When there's robots and rings of Saturn and ancient Greek myths and all that quirky stuff. And then I was told that this Abram in Krasnoznameni can get me this Tolkien's book. Whoa, thank you so much. I just said yes. Here, it's the receipt for the book. Just show it to Abraham, and he'll give it to you. The bartender hands you a small square of thick paper. On it, written in a formidable cursive, are the words, "The owner of this document, Radchenko V.A., or his legal proxy, may obtain a copy of The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien, translated by to Russian by Bobir Z.A. After handing... Is that him? No, it's VA. Okay. After handing over this receipt signed by Merkin A.D. Okay, bye. Let's have a chat with this girl and see what she has to say, because actually it's gonna be an interesting trip. Before you sits a woman. I know. Hey, your brother actually sent me. He says you have some tincture for me to try out. The girl stops her calculations and looks at you with an empty stare. At first she just blinks, but then she smiles and hides her tiny pencil snub behind her ear. I see. Well, that's great. I don't know you ever drank something like it. It's a new recipe, you see. Well, not really new, more like forgotten by everyone. Oh, I'm really inclined to try it out. The girl nods and shows you a darker, colder corner of the tavern. She returns with a clay bottle labeled with the letters XXX. And I think this might be a reference to the Rotgut beer from Fallout. But who knows? Maybe. There's a lot of references in this demo to games, and actually, I don't know if you ask him for rumors, he's gonna tell you a bunch of stuff. He actually talks about New Vegas. There's about Stalker. There's a bunch of references to the game that you guys probably like as well. Here, drink up, and I'm gonna boldly drink it up. You carefully make a tiny sip. The drink has a strange sour taste. You shrug and hand the bottle back to the girl. You don't feel intoxicated, not even nauseous. You feel that you can take another sip. You take the bottle and do it. What harm can a few more sips do? Now your head starts to spin. Nothing scary about that, right? You even still feel all your limbs like you should. You feel them floating in the air around you, as if the oxygen turned into water. Your mouth dries up, and you wet it with another sip of the tincture. From some far place, you hear the girl calling you, say, "Don't do it!" But you already did. The world around you just stops. You also stop, but your thoughts are racing. You are thinking with exceptional clearness, and speed. Why are you here? Why am I here? Why did I drink that stuff? Why? The sound of your own thoughts seems to you like a distant thunder, but it's getting nearer every second. You certainly understand that what you thought was thunder are actually footsteps. From a mist-like void, General Morozov appears. "You're looking for me?" he asks, and his voice is like 100 voices in one. You cannot reply, you are frozen. "Looking for me? Yeah, you're looking for me," says Morozov, and he takes your hand. "Let's go." You walk through the gray mist together, Morozov in front and you in the rear. The general walks calmly, and you don't have anything better to do than simply follow him. Finally, the mist steps aside, and a picture of strange beauty appears before you. There are mushrooms here. A giant, unreal, backward mushroom forest. They are huge. There's huge trunks that are like the biggest oaks you've seen. Their top hide the sky like giant umbrellas. Meanwhile, the general continues to lead you. Your tour through the fantastic forest stops immediately at a gigantic mushroom bigger than all else. "This is God," says Morozov, but you don't see him around anymore, because he speaks from inside you. He speaks from your head, using your mouth. You are General Morozov. Suddenly, the ground beneath your feet begins to shake, and you almost lose your balance. It seems like an earthquake, but when the shaking stops, you look up and scream. For the huge mushroom has a human face. "Bow," orders the mushroom, and you fall senseless. And it's now daytime. And I meant to do this first and foremost in the video because I wanted to show you daytime, because nighttime is, well, it's nighttime. Your body turns off. You sleep. For how many hours, you don't know. And after finally waking up, you do not feel any signs of heavy drinking the day before. "Fuck! He's alive! Vasya, he's alive!" says the girl. You see the girl holding you, so you don't fall to the floor. You feel stable enough as the strange sensation of the drink leaves you completely. The bartender, swearing quietly, cleans the sweat from his brow. "How are you feeling?" "Well, surprisingly well, actually." "Quite the strong body you turned out to have," she says. "I'm so sorry. Made the tonic too strong. I'm so stupid. Almost killed a man. That's just terrible." "Yeah." The girl lets out an exhale and gives you a smile. "Yeah, we took care of your stuff while you slept. You check your belongings, and it really seems nobody has robbed you. Wonders do happen in life. I still can't understand," she says, "why it turned out so strong. I used my grandfather's recipe, that my grandma's preserved it." She says, speaking mostly to herself. "Okay, anyway, we need to have a talk. Gotta be sure your brain completely restored." "Well, that's a good idea. Can I ask you some questions?" "I'm listening." "So, I'm looking for work. Can you point me in a direction of some?" Everyone needs work around here, she says, but I'm afraid I can't help you personally. What I can do is recommend you to Comrade Kovalev, our village head. He always has some jobs to be done, but he's a respected man around here. He won't do business with someone he never seen before, though. Recommending you to him is sort of unprofessional, I don't know. Maybe if you'd help me with some chores first, I'd know I can trust you. So what do you need help with? Oh, well, I'm ashamed to ask, but I need some toadstool. I can't get enough free time to do it on my own. Maybe you could help me out? Picking just 5 toadstools would do. They grow not far from here on the other side of the fence. Are you up for it? And actually, you can use speechcraft here to skills checks. There's actually quite a lot of skills checks that I've seen so far. And not just skill checks, also stats checks and all this sort of stuff, which is pretty awesome. But I don't think I got enough. I tried doing this with the same skill amount that I have right now, and I failed, but you can fail, it's fine. Let's go with that, and yeah. So, yeah, I'll get the mushrooms. Thanks, I'll be waiting. Consider it done. And actually, after you do this quest, you can do a few more skills checks with her. And also you can talk to a lot of people around town and all that, get to meet them. There's the water tower over here. And the lady, this side of things, actually during daytime, I think this is the lady. During daytime, they leave their houses and they talk to you and all this sort of stuff. I'm gonna save here. If you talk to that lady over there, she tells you something about her bruise, and yeah, so you kind of figure out what is going on. You should probably figure it out already for what happened. And she asking for toadstools and all that. Yeah, toadstools are mushrooms, and that's what we're gonna get. So we're gonna explore outside of town. This map is actually fairly big. There's an abandoned house over there that we're gonna get to go to later. But for right now, we're gonna do some fighting, and well, we're gonna see how that goes. There's a flying thing. Actually, you can hold left button. The target is too far. Yeah, I thought you could hold left button. Yeah, you can hold left button on things like information over here. You see an amanita, so it's not a toadstool, but there's a rat over there. Let's get ourselves into a fight here because we need that amanita, which is a different sort of mushroom from a toadstool, I believe. Well, actually, it might not. I think it is. So yeah, you're hearing more sound effects. Killing these guys is actually pretty easy. You just kite them around and you attack them with your knife. The knife actually does more damage than kicking them, I think. And you got a chance to kill them with one hit. 99% chance to hit. I'm a pretty good guy. Huh. Well, that's pretty good. And you gain a little bit. Battle hands. I think that's a typo. The battle hands. That's what it should say. And this guy doesn't have anything, but we're gonna fight that other thing over there. Oh, there's more rats. Okay. This battle here, I think it's just a bare bones sort of combat system that is meant to show you how the game is going to play. Animations and all that, I'm not sure if they're going to be improved or not. They're actually pretty slow, and I hope they implement like an animation slider, because that's actually a must-have in games like in turn-based games. Especially since games when you have a single character and fighting against other guys, they do attack you. By the way, I'm gonna let them attack me just for you guys to see. Yeah, the Scolia Giganta missed. That's nice. But since I'm kiting it, it doesn't have enough action points to attack me, which is good. And that's my strategy right here. But yeah, I hope that they add the animation slider and all that, because, well, that's gonna be important, especially for bigger battles. There's no bigger battles in this place, but in this town first, but the map you're gonna be able to see the map. Let's look at the map here. So we're over here at Otradnoye, and we can go to the bunker 17 over there, and yeah, but not this episode. We could also talk to this guy. He tells you about, he was a hunter, I believe. Oh, I didn't see the lamb over here. Can I talk to the lamb? He's actually very friendly, and you can gamble with him if you want. Again, skill checks. But we're looking for toadstools. Let's kill a few more, and yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. And on the next one, I am oh man, let's see. On the next one, I'm gonna complete this quest, and we're gonna complete another quest in this place. Oh, the Chosen One took damage for 1 hit point. Yeah, that's our name, the Chosen One. We're chosen. But yeah, there we go. Taking damage already from rats. It's okay. We got a lot of health. Actually, I think I'm running. No, I'm running with the normal amount of health that I was running before on my first attempt. you really can. You can really take a lot of time to get to know all the people. I really like the job they did with, like, they all have different personalities, and they also have all different portraits and all that sort of stuff. And that's pretty awesome. You can get to know. It seems pointless. It seemed pointless to me at first that they had. Let me actually see how many. Yeah. That they had all the different characters you could ask about their life. There's spiders as well. Yeah, that's right. You can ask about their lives. You can also ask about what they feel about the town, and they all had different opinions and all that. It seemed a little bit too detailed to me at first, but it's not. I really think that it builds an atmosphere very well for the town. So I really had a lot of fun getting to know all the guys. So if you played the demo, and I didn't say this at the beginning, I probably should have. If you're interested in playing this demo, it's freely available. There's links in the description below. You can check the greenlit and the indie something. There's a bunch of stuff that you can help these guys out, and I seriously, if you enjoy what you're seeing right now, I suggest you do, because this holds a lot of promise. Let's see if I can kill the spider in a single turn, and I can. Shellowbit is the name of this thing, so another reference to Tolkien right there. And there's somebody over there. That guy, he's fishing. Actually, he asks you for something, I think. But that's a lot of quests. That's like 6 or 7 quests that you can do here. You can also dig graves if you get a shovel, and you can get a shovel later on. Actually, can you? I never figured out how to buy it, because you need to buy it. I think you are not given the shovel, and you're not given the dice either. You can buy them from. Actually, you are, but well, we'll see about that. You can buy them from the person that has them, and But the dice for that guy that wants to gamble with you, mind you. Although we leveled up. Well, just in time, because I'm gonna show you how to level up. It's pretty simple, actually. And you get that mushrooms. We got another spider over here, and of course another sound effect that you might recognize. Lovely, lovely sound effect. Yes, I know I've leveled. Did I level up twice? No, I didn't. It's all good. Actually, we got a little bit too much intellect right there for the character that I was playing before. I think I was playing at 7-7 over there. But yeah, I'm gonna level up my speech. Where's my speech? Speechcraft, right there. Level it up to 65. No, actually, bring it up to 60. That should be okay. And bring small guns up to 45, and that's gonna be good. How many stools or toadstools do we have? We have 4. There's another one. Actually, there's a little secret over here. Somebody tells you about this secret. Is that an ant? That is an ant. We're fighting ants. So, 4 enemies. 4 enemies. It's not that it matters too much what you're killing. Basically, killing vermin and all that sort of stuff. Let's see if it's going to attack me. I don't think it is. It is! It even has the same sound effect. And there it is. And, yeah, by the same sound effect, you know exactly what I mean. Or you don't. In which case, well, it's fine. But there's a little place over here. You don't need a shovel to get this, though. It's a sash. I'll try to open it. And we have ourselves a stim pack. It's not a stim pack. It is a stimulant FEN, which is missing the dot after the N right there. But it's basically a stim pack sort of thing used by the Red Army, because this is effectively Fallout in Russia. And yeah. So that's going to do it for this episode. We have the toadstools, and we're going to continue our quest on the next episode. And, well, other things to see as well. But for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been a post-nuclear RPG A.T.O.M. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to my channel for lots of RPG goodness and other games that I play as well. And check the links in the description to play the demo for yourself and explore more than what I'm going to see in the videos, because I'm just going to go through all the content a little bit faster than usual. And I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.